Hey everybody, this is Tom from 2C Marketing and Design Group. I hope everyone had a good holiday and a good new year. We hope 2017 is a very lucrative and successful year for you with full centers and wait lists and all that good stuff. So we are back with the almost final installment of how you're losing childcare leads and how to fix it. Don't forget there's a checklist. Click the link in the description and you can download a PDF to go through, if you haven't already, to go through these videos and check off what you got, what you need, so forth and so on. So this is the 5th video. This is the 5th loss point. This happens after the child has enrolled. Excuse me. All right, so in the first video, I went through at great length the sales funnel here, or you can call it the life of the lead. I'm not going to do that again. Really quick though, left to right. Put impressions out there so people can find you. Then they become a lead by inquiring. Then they enter the sales funnel, the enrollment funnel, where you're actually selling your center directly to them, and then they become enrollments. So throughout this process, there are loss points where you can lose that prospect as a lead. That's what this entire series is based on. So in the first 4 videos, we talked about these loss points, first 4, obviously. You're going to have to watch those. I'm not going to recap those because I tend to babble way too much as it is. Today, we're going to talk about this loss point, which occurs actually, in fairness, after the sales funnel is done. The child has enrolled. They're no longer a lead. They're an enrollment. So it's not really a loss point in the sales funnel, but yeah, for the sake of this video series, that's what we're going to call it. Excuse me. All right. And I should say too, this isn't so much how you're going to lose them after they've enrolled. It's really more ways to keep them. And I should say too, I'm sure everybody watching this video knows thousands of more ways to lose enrollments after kids, have enrolled. I'm sure there's all kinds of wacky stuff. Lord knows I've heard plenty of weird stories. But again, for the sake of this thing, we're going to call it how do you lose them? Okay, so how do you lose them? Lack of communication. Just because they've enrolled doesn't mean they don't still need the warm fuzzies. You got to talk to your parents. You got to keep them engaged. No follow through on promises. I'll get into this in a second, but if you made promises during the enrollment process, the sales funnel, or told them about features that are going to come up later, things that you're going to do, whatever, you have to deliver. You will lose trust with this family. I mean, especially, call it the first 90 days. I mean, that's a pretty important time frame. Yeah, these people have enrolled, but they're still kind of on the fence. I mean, they might bolt. I don't even know who they is, but they say after 90 days, if the family's still there and they like it, they're not going anywhere. But it's a kind of a crucial time. So you want to maintain their trust. And again, I know I bring her up all the time. Chris Murray says we're in the trust industry, and she's right. And this is I'll get more into that. No engagement. This is slightly different than communication. I mean, it's a fine line. Again, I'll get into this. This involves the parents more than just the communication about what's happening at the center with their kid, whatever it is. All right, so how do we fix this? How do we keep the warm fuzzies going? So let's talk about lack of communication. One of the first things you should do, and again, childcare CRM, call these people, or at least have some kind of process involved. I'm telling you, I'm trying to save you time. Just call them, set it up. It's worth every penny. Post-enrollment follow-up emails and calls, you can set these in the CRM for, whenever you want, but, after a week, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, you can mix it up, have a phone call or a face-to-face from the director after a week, maybe 30 days as the operations director, Maybe 60 days is the director again, and 90 days is from the owner, or who knows? It could be a phone call, it could be an email. Just a suggestion: I wouldn't make these all automated emails, impersonal emails. Like, get face to face or call these people, pull them aside, make sure. How's your kid doing? What do you think about the teacher? What do whatever. Ask them, because they'll tell you. And again, I'm sure a lot of times you don't even have to hunt them down. They're just going to let you know what's going on at your center. Um, Newsletter. I know it's annoying, but it keeps parents engaged. Excuse me. This is really, this can even come from corporate. You can do it every 2 months. You can do it every, however often as you want. You can make it an HTML email, and again, blast it through your childcare CRM. You can make it an actual paper newsletter that just says, this is what we're doing. These are the improvements we've made. These are the whatever. I mean, whatever you got going on. Here's a recipe. Here's a something. So oh, I didn't actually update this today. My bad. So photos or videos of daily activity. Software like Preschool to me, like what do they call it? Like reporting software. It beats a handwritten note. And make sure you're saying more than, Johnny had pretzels today. I mean, if that's all they did, then fair enough. But try to let the parents know what's going on. But there's apps out there like this Preschool to me. There's a ton of them, where you can send photos and updates about what the kid's doing, the daily stuff, and the parents can log in and check it out and stuff. There's camera systems like the guys over at PB&J. I can't remember either of their names. They're really nice guys. They'll set you up with cameras where parents can log in and actually watch what's going on at the center. I mean, that's huge. And by the way, I mean, aside from just parent communication, these are huge selling points. When we talked about differentiation, that's a differentiator. Either of those are. Wow, I really didn't update this. I apologize, and I hate to say it, but I don't feel like going and doing this again. So we're talking about no follow through on promises. This can be anything. I have a rewards program because that was on my mind when I was putting this together. If you tell them, yeah, we have a rewards program, if we'll buy you a car if you refer a family, then you better buy them a car. Don't buy them a car, by the way, but something. If you have events coming up or programs or anything that you tell them while they're enrolling, you better follow through. And the reason I have the rewards program up is, if you say, okay, if you refer a family after they've been here for 3 months, we're going to give you whatever. We're going to give you a car. They should not have to hunt you down. Anybody who shops at a place like Best Buy or something, they have these reward programs. You don't have to keep track of it. They send you an email and say, hey, you've won this many points or whatever. And that, again, establishes trust. We told you we were going to do this. Here's your car. We told you we were going to get you a car. Again, don't buy people cars. That's crazy. Engagement. Okay, so this is a little different than communication. Again, it's a fine line. But you're involving parents in the process. And they're not just observers like reading the newsletter or doing anything like that. Surveys, you should do at least one a year, probably two. I mean, you don't want to beat them to death with it. Again, make it anonymous. I know that in one of these videos I was talking about SurveyMonkey. For the life of me, I can't remember what I was talking about. But if you're paying that minimal amount for the year, use this. Send it out, once, twice a year. Ask them what they think. I mean, you could use it for anything. And it's really important to get the parents' feedback. I mean, you'll learn a lot about your program, especially if it's anonymous. They're going to tell you what they're thinking. The other thing too, and again, this is the follow through. If you get a bunch of information from these parents saying, I don't know, we want you to update your jungle gym, you better update it. I mean, granted, they don't know what the results of the survey were, but they're talking to each other. And if everybody says you should do that, you got to follow through, and you got to do it. You got to listen to them. You have to act on it. Excuse me. So Facebook engagement. Um, Facebook's great. You have to update it though. Don't just start a Facebook page and never do anything with it. Try to go for like 1, 2 posts a week. You know, look, this is what the kids are doing. We made muffins, or we made, whatever it is that's going on. Again, it's engagement. Parents can share it. They can like it, and comment, and whatever. You can have contests on Facebook, like holiday door contests are big. Whoever gets the most likes, this classroom gets a pizza party, or something like that. Um, Family fun events. This can be, aside from like back to school night, which you should be doing that. Um, like if you have a summer program, have like a summer kickoff party and couple it with an open house. Um, have people bring their friends and, uh, geez, I mean, anything. Have a raffle off a free week of camp. And it first of all, it engages the parents, it gets them involved. It's a little bit of a community, family atmosphere. Again, warm fuzzies, and anybody who's there, like any friends that they brought, they get to see these kids interacting. They get to see what you're about. Have some teachers there, have some fun stuff going on. Anything like that. Date nights. I mean, that's a little less engagement, but no, you should be doing that anyway. That's it. Look at me being quick about that, sort of quick about that. So we're going to have just a final video. That was the last lost point where we wrap this up and say, okay, you've got all this information. Now what the heck are we doing with this? What are the big things that you have to do? In the meantime, as always, feel free to reach out to us and let us know how we can help. You can fill out the form on the website or email me directly at tom@2cmarketing.com. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching, and have a great day.